Fairfax community to have this level of investment because the community deserves it.
How a $1 million donation will help bring new life to a local and beloved theater. Thanks for staying with us. What's New starts now.
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New.
Hello again, everybody. Happy Friday, Northeast Ohio. We finally made it to Friday. The sun is starting to peek out a little bit here and there, and it's pretty good news as far as the forecast goes. I'm Betsy Kling alongside January Keaton, who drew the short straw today as Jay is off. January, happy Friday to you.
It is day 10 of 10 days in a row for me here, so it is indeed a happy Friday here for me, Betsy. It is great to be with you today. Okay, so let's just jump right into it, Betsy, shall we? I'm one of those weirdos who actually like the rain, so I didn't mind it. But for others, let's hope there isn't too much rain left for the weekend.
Well, Matt Standridge is going to be along in just a little bit with the latest on our forecast. I think he's got some news for everybody. All right, let's get right to the news side of things. Could you need another COVID vaccine in the near future? Pfizer says its scientists are finding yes and preparing to present a booster shot to the FDA. But the FDA and the CDC are saying not so fast. Sarah Shookman joins us in the newsroom to cut through the conflicting information here. Sarah, this is definitely very confusing as to what we're supposed to be thinking.
There's a lot of back and forth, Betsy, and we've all needed to brush up on our science to understand some of it in the pandemic. And in this case, it seems the jury is still out.
Pfizer yesterday said it will soon seek approval for a third dose of its vaccine with data showing another shot within 12 months could boost immunity 5 or 10-fold. And Pfizer said this could be helpful for new, more contagious variants like Delta. Our health regulators at the FDA and CDC, though, say that may not be necessary. It's still being studied. And they'll be prepared for booster shots if and when the science demonstrates that they're needed.
I finished Pfizer series in early January. There's just not enough data to say, oh, yes, in 9 months, Dr. Ray is going to need a booster. There's no simple trending a number over the course of time. It's complicated.
Metro Health Medical Director of Infection Prevention, Dr. Amy Ray, says she's been a part of these national conversations, and as of now, there's no clear number or definition of immunity. There are several markers of individual protection still being tested, as well as community patterns they're following, and it all requires time.
So if you're vaccinated, there is nothing you can do but wait and see what the science says. If you're not vaccinated, getting the shot now will not only protect you from serious illness, but it also makes it more likely that none of us will end up needing a third COVID shot in the future. And Betsy, as Dr. Ray was telling me today, there are still no good life-saving treatments for COVID-19, but there is life-saving prevention in that shot.
And again, we remind everybody, if you're not vaccinated, hang on to those masks. Keep wearing them. They're going to help out a lot. All right, Sarah, thanks so much for that. Also new tonight, there's new guidance on mask wearing, as I just mentioned, but this is going to impact those in the classrooms. The CDC says vaccinated teachers and students do not need to wear them inside schools. The change in that decision comes following a national vaccination campaign where kids as young as 12 have been getting the shots. Unvaccinated people in schools and just about everywhere else are still being advised to wear the masks.
Now on your feet at 5. What if I told you your used car may be worth more than new cars on the lot? Sounds kind of crazy, right? But in many cases, it could be true as the value of used cars is on the rise. Brandon Simmons explains what the leading cause of this surge in car prices is. Hey, Brandon.
Hi, January. Yeah, for years we've been told don't buy a new car because it loses value as soon as you drive it off the lot. But right now the rules are a little different because car inventories, new and used, are in a very odd place right now. Now remember, the microchip shortage has led to a shortage of new cars on the lot. Meanwhile, demand for cars is up as we move out of the pandemic. And naturally, many buyers are turning to the used car market to find exactly what model they're looking for, even if it's a year or two old. While it may sound crazy, certain used car models are selling for more than a new model would go for, and it's a trend that could continue for months until the production of new cars starts to catch up.
it'll probably run till the end of the year before we start to see larger inventories at dealerships. So the cars are coming. They're coming faster than they have before. They're also still going out at a good rate. So having large inventories, it probably won't happen at least to the end of the year or beginning of next.
Now, if you're in the market for a new car or used car, that means you have to be ready to buy as soon as you see what you want. Both new and used cars are going off the lot very, very quickly at the moment. Now, for those of you looking to get rid of a used car, now is the time to do that as well, especially if you can wait to buy another car when inventories get closer to normal. And coming up at 6 on What Matters Most January, I'll tell everybody which 3 used car models are actually getting the most money right now.
All right, sounds like you got to strike while the iron is hot, Brandon. Thank you much.
All right, so more about some shortages. Over a year now, we've been talking and hearing about shortages in various sectors of our economy. Well, now we can add patio furniture to that list, and the timing of it is hitting homes and businesses in the height of patio furniture buying and using season. Right now, outdoor furniture sales are up more than 26% from this time last year. And while frustrated consumers are looking to spruce up their decks a bit, stores are empty-handed.
I placed the order December 20th, and they're en route. I don't know which route they took, but I'm waiting for them.
We're doing everything we can to try to get product in as quickly as we can. What may be here today is gone tomorrow.
Well, patio furniture makers say the issue might not be resolved for a while. We're talking about like 2022 or even 2023 before all of the loungers and tables and beautiful settees are back in stock, so keep an eye on all that. Also new tonight, there won't be any changes to setting off fireworks in Ohio anytime soon. Today, Governor Mike DeWine vetoed Senate Bill 113 that would have made several changes to fireworks safety laws across the state, especially those allowing Ohioans to legally set them off at certain holidays. DeWine said the bill, in part, would, quote, be a dramatic change in Ohio law. January.
All right, well, Betsy, the stage is set for Caramoo House to finish expanding its campus thanks to a $1 million grant. Caramoo's, they've been renovating in phases for years now, and this money will mean the completion of the 3rd and final phase of work.
It allows us to then move forward throughout the balance of the summer to prepare to begin, the groundbreaking for phase 3 of this renovation.
Tony Sias is Caramoo's president and CEO. Sias says the theater has been in a state of renovation since 2017 as part of its capital campaign. Well, this new $1 million grant from Bank of America will be used to complete the 3rd phase of the full-scale campus renovation campaign, including upgrading a black box space that'll now be called the Bank of America Arena Theater.
The renovation of the Arena Theater means that we can get young and old people to come in and understand and learn about technical theater. We'll be able to have our own little pseudo television studio because we found success in the virtual world during the pandemic. We want to continue to reach people that are outside of our footprint of Cleveland and Northeast Ohio.
Renovations were supposed to be finished this past January, but of course, COVID delayed that. Canceled live performances too. Sias says Caramoo now expects to break ground on the phase 3 renovations by September.
This investment will mean there's a brand new streetscape on the corner of East 89th and Quincy that will have a beautiful pylon marquee that will be promoting programs and activities that's Caramoo House. There'll be a beautiful new plaza out there.
The grant will not only spruce up Caramoo's campus, but honor their commitment to bettering the community it serves, helping Caramoo, Swahili for a place of joyful gathering, continue living up to its name.
It's about creating new access, healthy food options, because we'll be able to have a bistro right in the heart of Fairfax that will have some healthy food options. So when you come down East 89th and Quincy, you'll know that you've arrived at a destination.
Wow, that just looks amazing. I cannot wait. Now, if all goes well, the phase 3 renovation should be completed by summer of next year. Meantime, Sias says Caramoo, they're going to be back breaking a leg live when theater performances return this October after they've been virtual for the past year.
Definitely looking forward to that. Well, as the pandemic wanes, we're focusing on rediscovering the gems that are hidden right in our own backyard. And while the Flats or Crocker Park may immediately come to mind as local destinations for fun, an East Side suburb is now making a name for itself, kind of again. Our Kiera Cotton takes us to Shaker Heights, where the transformation in the Van Aken district has been 20 years in the making.
You can get a meal, you can exercise, you can do some shopping, you could even live there.
Vice Mayor of Shaker Heights, Trey Roeder, is right. The Van Aken district has a little something for everyone. But the revitalized neighborhood wasn't always a destination for fun. In fact, it was once known as one of the most dangerous intersections in the state.
It was a six-way intersection. Unfortunately, we had a high accident rate there. There were long wait times, 3 to 4 minutes, sometimes to get through a light.
But that all changed in 2000 when Shaker City Council created a 3-part strategic investment plan, backed by a $91 million budget aimed at highlighting the neighborhood's true potential.
I think one of the coolest things about this area is that we're located right in the center of the Heights, and that brings a lot of diversity to our business and something that we're very much for.
Zosimo Maximo, co-creator of Groove Ride, has been physically transforming both the lives of his clients and the Van Aken district since both opened in 2019. The inclusive brand was one of the first to help foster the living room feeling the district offers today.
One of the best things about being at a development like the Van Aken district, we're family. It just has a real neighborly feel where everybody knows your name. And, you can just kind of be who you are and have a great time here.
And that was all a part of the plan. Phase 2 of the city's redevelopment includes the addition of living spaces. Just last month, local leaders approved continued planning of an apartment high-rise featuring more than 200 units directly across from the mixed-use space.
When we put it together, we had the idea of making it the living room for Shaker Heights and also for making it a financial engine to take some of the pressure off of the personal taxes in Shaker Heights.
The district is also home to Adora, or a designated outdoor refreshment area, where guests can move freely with alcoholic beverages. There were concerns at first, but the overall response has been positive.
So it doesn't necessarily lead to more drinking, it just leads to a more casual environment where people can walk around and enjoy themselves.
As for Phase 3, it's already in the works and involves the addition of more commercial businesses in the area. The city of Shaker Heights hopes to continue redevelopment in the area, looking at other pockets of the city that can be modeled after the Van Aken district.
Using a lot of what we've learned and applying that to a different part of Shaker Heights in a way that is true to the uniqueness of each area, because it's not just a rubber stamp.
There really is so much to enjoy here at the Van Aken district. As you can see behind me, people are out enjoying the beautiful day that we have. But coming up in the next half hour, I'll speak with the manager here who'll tell us all about the fun events that are taking place here this summer. But for now, reporting live in Shaker Heights, Kiera Cotton, 3 News.
You know, Kiera, I think back to all of the planning and the pomp and circumstance that came out when Ohio City really revitalized and opened up, and they have a ton of new apartment buildings that are going on over there. And now this kind of seems like it's the East Side that's getting that big boost in the whole live, work, play concept.
Absolutely. Spreading the wealth all around Northeast Ohio.
You got it. All right, Kiera, thanks so much. We're going to see you a couple more times coming up in the show. You're our superstar today. Appreciate it.
Yes, great job, Kiera. Absolutely. All right, time to talk to Cedar Point. That didn't even make any sense. Time to talk to Cedar Point. Okay, time to talk about Cedar Point now and what's new at the park. Now, we've been telling you about it having some hiring challenges ahead of opening season. Well, things seem to be back on track. But now the park is looking for a specific group of workers, a very specific group, Screamsters. That's right. Although the park hasn't officially released its popular Halloween dates yet, these positions are newly posted on its website, like you see there. Now, the job is specially marketed to entertain and scare guests. That's what you're going to do. You're going to be a costume character in one of the park's haunted attractions and just scream at people, Betsy. That's it. Just scare them. Ah!
I think we're both very qualified for that job.
Yeah.
I could probably forego the costumes and just show up without makeup and hair and all that stuff.
That's me too. Wake up in the morning, go to Cedar Point.
Oh my goodness. All right, next up on What's New, the Olympics begin 2 weeks from today, everybody, and the athletes are definitely gearing up. But one thing they won't be able to count on, cheering crowds. That may not be all bad. We'll let a couple of the athletes explain.
Plus, can you spell history made? Coming up, a look at this year's National Spelling Bee and the first African-American winner to take home the title. We'll also tell you her other hidden talent. That's right, spelling ain't the only thing this girl can do. That's ahead in our pop break.
Such a special moment, so cool. And Matt Standridge is in on Fridays, and he joins us. Matt, that looks a lot sunnier than it did an hour ago.
Yeah, that's what's new this evening. The sun is breaking out. That's actually a beautiful sky. A couple remnant high clouds out there. I think we're going to have a beautiful sunset across Northeast Ohio, for most of Northeast Ohio too, not just the lakeshore. But if you're headed out this evening, maybe for a quick bite to eat this evening, temperatures are going to be cool. But now that the sun is breaking out, we're actually watching temperatures take a little bit of a jump. Most of us will be in the 70s as we watch more sunshine pour into the land. Well, more on your forecast for the weekend. That's coming up.
The countdown continues to Tokyo with only 14 days until the start of the Olympic Games. And with yesterday's news about banning spectators since Japan is in a state of emergency, we're hearing from athletes on how they think they'll perform without crowds sitting and performing in empty arenas.
Personally, I thrive under pressure, so I'm a little bit worried how it's going to affect me once we get over there.
Everyone is getting together in this one city for the opportunity to pursue their goals that they've worked for 5 years. And I still think that's a really beautiful thing.
Well, earlier today, the Olympic flame finally arrived in Tokyo after a relay that began in March. Remember, Channel 3, we are your home for the Olympics. We are so excited. It begins 2 weeks from today. Can't believe it.
That quick. I cannot wait for the Olympics. I'm one of those Olympic nerds. I can't wait. Every 4 years, I stand by, I wait. No one has ever told me that I should be in the Olympics, but I practice every single year.
You're ready.
I'm ready.
Just in case.
I got my leotard and everything, y'all. I'm not playing.
You could do it. We could do ping pong. We could do.
I'm good at badminton.
Okay. We could totally do a throwdown on badminton.
Does anybody play shuffleboard, Matt?
I can try.
Okay.
I don't know if you want me on your team, though.
You just never know where skills may lie, Matt.
Yeah.
You got to try
I
it
crochet
to get it.
very well.
Exactly. Well, of course, all of this is so dependent on outdoor weather, and we have a beautiful evening going on tonight, Matt.
Yeah, you cannot beat it. In fact, it feels refreshing. The humidity has dropped, and that's all thanks to this front. Now, most of the day today was kind of been on the chilly side, and we've been mostly cloudy too. But at least it's been cool. It's been drier. The mugginess has really been pushed away. We're in this little pocket of some cooler air over the Great Lakes. Now, there is warmer air behind it towards the plains. Eventually, we'll start to get more of that muggy air back in here. But for the next day or so, we'll have some of that cooler air in. And when we zoom in a little bit closer, here's the good news that Betsy was talking about, some of the nicer conditions coming in along the lakeshore. You see this pocket of some clear skies. Within about 20, 15 miles of the lakeshore, we're mostly clear. And if you notice towards Medina County, Summit County, even Geauga County, we're really starting to break up those clouds. I think we got a great evening in store for us. In fact, some of our temperatures are now jumping up. I was checking Burke Lakefront Airport, and they just jumped about 4 degrees in a matter of 30 to 40 minutes just because of that extra sunshine compared to where we were sitting in cloudy skies earlier throughout the day. Right now, most of us are sitting in those 70s. It's 72 in Akron, 71 in Medina, 71 also reporting in downtown. Earlier, we were sitting about 67, 68. But overnight tonight, we'll probably dip down a little bit cooler than we have been the past couple of nights because the humidity is gone, right? I think we'll be waking up tomorrow morning with a mix of some low 60s and maybe even some upper 50s, but I think we'll be waking up with sunshine as well. Temperatures tomorrow, not too bad. It's going to feel very nice. Upper 70s. Some of us may try to briefly hit 80 degrees tomorrow, but tomorrow looks to be the dry day when you're trying to plan out your weekend. Saturday looks great. Sunday, on the other hand, we'll watch rain chances continue to go up throughout the day, especially throughout the evening hours. They'll really start to spike towards that 70%. So if you're trying to plan outdoor activities, Saturday may be the day to do it. Here's your National Zymar hour-by-hour forecast. Going overnight tonight, we're dry. Tomorrow morning, mostly clear skies. And then as you head towards the Sunday time frame, we're going to notice those clouds start to thicken up, and then the rain's back in here. And once that rain gets back in here, we're kind of in a stormy pattern going forward. Here's your Union Home Mortgage 7-day outlook. Betsy, that temperature will start to go back up too. So we're kind of in a quick reprieve right now with the cooler air, but we're back to the 80s going into next week. Now, Betsy, we see that there's a rain chance every single day. Coming up here, we'll talk about how much rain we may expect over those 7 days, and that's all coming up.
All right. Thanks so much, Matt. Looking forward to that. My garden is too. Next on What's New, Olympic Dreams Special. A first look at Kevin Love and the Jonas Brothers going head-to-head in Olympic-level events. That's coming up in Pop Break.
Then a group of daredevils taking their balance skills to record-breaking heights. We'll tell you just how far and how high they walked. Oh my gosh, coming up in our Worth the Watch, I'm nauseous.
It's time now for your Friday Pop Break. On tap today, how some Netflix show stars are doing after the altar. A first look at the Olympic Dream special airing ahead of Tokyo with a popular local face. And history made by a 14-year-old girl. Kira Cotton is back now with all the details.
Some of us are still in love, but some of us are still searching.
It's been almost 2 years since the first season of Netflix's Love is Blind originally aired. And now, the cast is back for a spin-off reunion to see where the contestants who agreed to marry their partners without meeting them first currently stand. The trailer takes a look at those who won at love, unresolved issues, and of course, a little bit of conflict. Love is Blind, After the Altar, will premiere on Netflix July 28th. The Tokyo Olympics are less than 1 month away, and while the Olympic athletes are busy getting ready, so are the Jonas Brothers. Nick, Kevin, and Joe will live out their Olympic dreams by going head-to-head in gymnastics, track and field, and BMX racing for all of our viewing pleasure.
We are doing everything we can in the short amount of time to become professional athletes.
The trio will showcase their athleticism in an hour-long special. Maria. It's a word most people probably didn't know until yesterday, but for Louisiana native Zalia Avantgarde, it was certainly a winner. With the correct spelling, the 14-year-old became the first Black American to win the Scripps National Spelling Bee. But she's not just good with words, she's good at basketball too. She hopes to one day play in the WNBA and is known as a basketball prodigy. She can even dribble 3 balls while riding a unicycle. She holds 3 Guinness World Records for her skills. We love a good dose of Black girl magic. For 3 News, I'm Kiera Cotton.
Wow, Black girl magic indeed. All right, let's get to our Worth the Watch, everybody. The producer is rushing me. A new world record is set for a team of tightrope walkers. Now, this is across an Arctic valley in Sweden where these 4 German tightrope walkers crossed a 1.3-mile line, reaching nearly 600 meters in the air. That's about 2,000 feet, if my math is correct. It did take this team 2 days to cross that line, but they got it done. Wow.
Nope.
Yep, that's a big old nope for me too.
I'm adventurous, but that's a bit much.
Nope, I'm good.
And look at that, right at the end. You got to be kidding.
Yeah, nope, never have to do that. Look at it, he almost lost his life there, even though he's
right at the end. I mean, come on, if you're going to do it, at least try it in the middle. You're tethered.
Come on, dude, you failed right at the end. I'm disappointed.
Whew. Okay, let's move on, because we have plenty to talk about coming up in the next half hour here on What's New. Alzheimer drug revision, how the FDA is limiting use of the new drug for some.
Plus, staying hybrid, what 2 new studies say about employees returning to work physically, and how one tech giant is paving the way to make it happen for some companies.
And Bezos v. Bronson, the civilian space race is on. We have a look ahead to this weekend's Billionaire blast-off and what's ahead as the 2 plan to fly passengers on their own spaceship soon. We'll be right back.
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New.
Let's get you up to speed on 3 things you need to know now at 5:30. There's conflicting information coming out about the need for a third COVID booster shot. Pfizer says yes, because the third shot within 12 months would boost immunity. But the FDA and CDC say it may not be necessary. The Delta variant, it's throwing a wrench into the plans because it spreads more easily than the original strain of the virus. For now, more testing is being done. Also, there's new guidance on mask wearing impacting those specifically in classrooms. The CDC now says fully vaccinated teachers and students will not need to wear them inside schools. The change of the decision comes following a national vaccination campaign where kids as young as 12 are getting the shots and are now fully vaccinated. Unvaccinated people in schools are still being advised to wear a mask.
Well, the FDA is limiting the use of the newly approved and somewhat controversial Alzheimer's drug. The updated label for aducanumab should only be used in patients with mild cognitive impairment or dementia. Before, it was approved treatment for Alzheimer's disease in general. The drug maker Biogen says there are no concerns over safety or effectiveness. The FDA says more testing will be done. And with that, we welcome you back to What's New. Betsy, happy Friday!
Happy Friday. And I have to say, I'm so excited because how many weeks have you been here now? How many months have you been here now?
6.
And we kind of bonded on the show on your very first day
We're
on
besties.
the air. And now we finally get to sit kind of side by side. We're next to each other.
You guys don't know we're literally way across the room from each other. Well, this way, I guess it would be for you guys.
Well, I can still see. I can still holler at you over there.
Hey, Betsy.
Hey. So it's so happy to have you here. But, you know, we got plenty to get to here in this 5:30 half hour.
Absolutely. Let's get to our top talker, y'all. As many of us head back to the office, a new survey by NBC shows only 45% of companies are expecting their employees to work in a hybrid position. That's compared to 32% indicating in-person work. Now, many factors, including the health and wellness of workers, employee productivity, and also being able to align with any new models set by the company. And as Laura Queso tells us, having flexibility in the workforce is top of mind for many, with some tech companies even developing new features to make that happen.
When COVID-19 forced businesses to lock down, some workers changed their perspectives and their jobs.
It kind of opened my eyes to the fact that I was being severely exploited and, I was definitely underappreciated.
A sentiment that may be part of the shift in employee preferences. According to a Microsoft study of 30,000 workers, 73% say they want remote work options to stay.
We just call this the hybrid paradox. People want to get back together in person, but at the same time, they also want that flexibility that they have enjoyed for over a year and a half now.
Microsoft has started offering new features on its Teams virtual communication platform to accommodate hybrid work, including Front Row to allow more seamless meeting for in-person and digital attendees.
Almost face-to-face type interaction with people who could be halfway across the world.
Other tech firms, including Envoy, are also trying to capitalize.
Hybrid work is going to be absolutely transformative to how the world works.
The company originally offered software for businesses to track visitors, now expanded to registering employees, screening with health questions, and booking desks.
A lot of companies have hired more people than they have desks for. And what happens is you can't bring everybody back at once. You have to kind of share the resources that you have in the same way you would have maybe a meeting room in the past.
Changes forced by the pandemic becoming a permanent part of the workplace. Laura Queso, 3 News.
All right, thank you so much, Laura. Now, some other trends from Microsoft's study. 46% of people said they plan to move locations in the next year. 41% are considering leaving their current employer. Not me, though. I'm not part of that 41%, Betsy.
Yeah, you're stuck. We're not going to let you go.
I wouldn't let you go if they paid me. That's
right. It's funny. I think about how things have shifted in the last year. I know the work from home thing, so many people just love it. But the fact of the matter is there's a lot of business and there's a lot of tasks with business that are best done face-to-face.
Yeah.
And so I think rather than having these grandiose office spaces, I think a lot of office space may end up being transformed into more or less just meeting spaces. So you can really kind of downsize to the footprint of an office into that single meeting space, and maybe it becomes more of a rotating basis.
Sort of streamline it a little bit, but we can still do both, you know, in a way, and still make everyone happy, I think.
Yeah, I wish. It'd be super fun.
Yeah, I think so.
We've tried it, and it doesn't always work. The delay is terrible in television.
Yes, we have seen it, but
delays
you know.
are disaster.
You take the good
All right,
with the
well, there
bad.
is something exciting that is happening in just over 48 hours. We are talking about the so-called Battle of the Space Billionaires. Yep, Richard Branson, he's getting set to lift off on a passenger test flight to the edge of space. He'll be leaving ground on Sunday in his own spaceship called the Virgin Galactic. And then Jeff Bezos, he's not far behind. He is set to fly in his Blue Origin on July 20th. Now, this whole thing has gotten so much buzz because, you know, billionaires are being billionaires. They're doing stuff that nobody else is doing, nobody else can afford to do. And, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to build our own spaceships to go to space.
I'm not nervous because we've got incredible engineers. We've got the best of the bunch.
We're going to fly you up into space on the very first flight.
Oh, I love that moment when Molly Funk found out she's going. Anyway, Branson will fly with 5 others in a trip that's expected to last up to 2 hours. Hopefully. And Bezos will be joined by an anonymous person who bid $28 million just to get to go along for the ride. Plus, that lady right there. Veteran pilot, one-time female NASA astronaut candidate Wally Funk. She is 82 years old, and this will be her first ride into space. This will make her the oldest person to go there. Yes, beating out Ohio's own John Glenn. You can watch Branson's trip live Sunday morning around 7:45. We'll have it live for you here on Channel 3.
Wow, that is so amazing what we can do now. Like you said, those billionaires, they got nothing but time and money, honey. All right, coming up next, lawsuits being filed over a popular annual local festival. Find out what's causing all of this drama between Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
Uh-oh, another Cleveland-Pittsburgh rivalry. Here we go. And we're all finally starting to get out and see each other again, as we know. But, you know, we got to do it in style. Our wardrobe consultant shows us some trends that won't be breaking the bank. And a lot of your wardrobe choice, of course, depends on the forecast. Matt, I think it's kind of changed a little bit on us today. It was chilly this afternoon.
It really was. My neighbor was outdoor working and he had to put a long sleeve on at times because it was kind of cool at times. But now the sun is coming out. The temperatures are actually bumping up a little bit. And Betsy, we've got a great night at Progressive Field, a Dollar Dog Night, and then we also have the fireworks going on. First pitch here at 7:15. And temperatures are in the now kind of low to mid 70s at times. Otherwise, cool and dry conditions for the Tri. Well, much more in your weekend forecast coming up.
It is 5:41 right now in the CLE on a Friday night. The weather is perfect. And Matt, I think there's a lot of folks who want to know just how awesome the weather is going to be for their weekend plans.
Oh, yeah. We're always looking toward the weekend this time of year. That's one of the first things that we talked about as we get into the summer season. What does the weekend look like? Because we're all looking in. Betsy, we've got a great weekend forecast for us. Temperatures are going to be warming up a little bit more than they were today. So if you were a little nervous about the cooler air, don't worry. We're going to get to the upper 70s tomorrow. So it's still going to be fairly comfortable, but the humidity's gone for at least about one more day. And then the mugginess, the humidity will start to come back just like summertime should, right? But we're in this cooler pocket of air across the Great Lakes. And throughout most of the day, we've been watching all these clouds just hover right across northeast Ohio. But some drier air is pushing south over Lake Erie, helping to clear us out. In fact, it continues to clear out, not even just for the lakeshore, but all the way south towards Canton, Akron, Wayne County, Holmes County. We're getting in on some of the sunshine action. We got a great evening in store for us. Temperatures are even trying to bump up just a touch, even though the sun's headed down at this hour. Temperatures are fairly comfortable. Most of us are sitting in the 70s at the moment. It's 71 in downtown, 72 in Mansfield. Now we're up to 76 in Dover. It's a great evening out there. Tomorrow, though, maybe you're headed to the pool. Temperature's going to be a little bit cooler than maybe a normal summer-like pool day may be, but we're going to be in the 70s, mid to upper 70s, I think, throughout most of the afternoon. Well, partly cloudy skies. There'll be plenty of sunshine. Saturday looks great. Temperatures upper 70s. Now, by Sunday, things start to change. So when you're trying to plan out your weekend forecast, Saturday's the day to try to maybe get the lawn work done, mowing, anything like that, outdoor activities. But by Sunday, we'll be watching showers and thunderstorms start to come back in. The mugginess is going to start to come back in as well. Here's your National Zymer hour-by-hour forecast. Tonight, though, we don't have to worry about any rain, no mugginess. Tomorrow morning, we'll be waking up in the upper 50s and low 60s. It's going to be a cool start tomorrow morning, but plenty of sunshine throughout your Saturday. By Saturday night, the clouds start to thicken up and then more rain comes on in. But how much rain are we talking about? Because we're actually entering a stormy pattern, and we have a chance of rain every single day, but it doesn't look like huge washouts are coming our way until maybe the end of this upcoming week. So over the next 7 days, we could try to pick up between an inch or two. Of course, it depends on where individual thunderstorms really start to fire up. But overall, when you see chances for rain the next 7 days on the Union Home Mortgage 7-day outlook, there will be breaks in between. That's the good news. In January, I know you like the heat, but the heat and humidity, they're coming back. This weekend, though, it's going to be just a little bit on the cooler side.
All right. Thank you so much, Matt. Well, when you're out rediscovering Ohio this summer, you want to do it in style, right? Our local wardrobe consultant, Hallie Abrams, shows us 4 current trends in fashion for both women and men that won't break the bank.
The first thing that I'm seeing all over and at all different price points is swimwear, which is definitely summertime. But the difference this year is that swimwear is feeling very coordinated. So not just tops and bottoms matching, but a third piece. So a matching hat, a matching print in a dress, a matching hair scarf. Let me show you what J. Crew did. It's great. J. Crew did a print, and they did it in this adorable one piece. They did it in a great high-waisted 2-piece. And then there's a coordinated dress that goes with it. They have different patterns and different styles in the bathing suits, but it's happening in a lot of places. For guys, it's working, but not in quite the same way. Guys, it's nice to coordinate. So a Madras swimsuit, and this is $69.50 with a button-up that, again, it matches and it looks intentional. You're not just throwing on your old Budweiser t-shirt, but it still has a cool, casual summertime feel. H&M did something similar. This is a solid bottom, and this bottom is running $17.99, and a fun floral button-up short sleeve just to give it that finishing sort of feel. That's trend number 1. Trend number 2 has to do with hats, and it's bucket hats. Bucket hats for men and bucket hats for women. It's a really cool style. It covers you from the sun, and it's really easy to wear. This one from H&M is nice. It's just plain and white, and it's $14.99. It would look great with that white swimsuit. This one from J. Crew is great because it's a 2-for-1. So you can do it on the khaki side, and then you can turn it inside out, and it's meant to be on the Madras side. So you sort of get a 2-for-1 there, and this one is $65. Third trend is button-ups for women and button-ups for men. The difference this year is that the button-ups for women are long-sleeved, and we typically think of long sleeves as something you wear in the fall, in the winter, but these are light and gauzy, like what I'm wearing, this great one. And then the juxtaposition is it gets paired with some shorts. So it just has this cool casual feel. If you're not a shorts person, still wearing a button up like this with jeans or capris would look super cute. For guys, the button ups are short sleeve and they can be worn. They're showing a lot of these like fun kind of Hawaiian prints. They can be worn or either as a shirt on its own or paired over a t-shirt. And then the other trend that we had talked about another time was the techno short. So it's the idea of a moisture wicking athletic type of fabric, but put in a more classic shape. The fourth trend for both men and women is retro sneakers. These sneakers look great if you pair them with shorts and a button up, if it's with a dress for women, if you put it with your bathing suit or with your athletic clothes. Sometimes people even put them with suits. The first two are from H&M and they are $19.99 and $29.99 respectively. The two in the back are by New Balance, so they have a really good footbed. It's actually meant for running, but they have that super cool retro look to them. And those are from J. Crew.
Do they have a size 10? Because my foot is huge. Today, we're rediscovering a part of town that's been transformed recently. Kiara Cotton's going to take us back to the Van Aken district, showing how it's helped shape Shaker Heights.
Then, from the very best and worst when it comes to fast food, Stephanie Haney breaks down which spots are hot and which are not, coming up in Clicking in Cleveland.
Yeah. Mic check. Chick-fil-A is the top fast food restaurant, 7 years running. Cool.
Our Rediscovering series takes us to Shaker Heights today, where the Van Aken district has helped transform that part of the city. Let's toss things back out to Kiara Cotton. She's back with more on what's new for everyone there this summer.
That's right, guys. I am in the heart of Shaker Heights at the Van Aken district, and let me tell you, I will not complain about today's assignment. This area has done a complete 180 in recent years. Whether you're looking to get a bite to eat, a haircut, or do some shopping, they have it all. And joining me today to talk about all of it is Jason Russell. How are you today?
I'm good, Kira. How are you?
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. Tell me a little bit about why people should visit Van Aken.
Yeah, the Van Aken district really has the best of local here in Northeast Ohio. We've got a lot of small shops, just like you mentioned, some great eateries, and we've done a great job of closing down our street this summer to give more outdoor seating for everyone to come out and enjoy the Van Aken district here in Shaker Heights.
So you mentioned the outdoor areas here. How have people been enjoying it?
Yeah, so we do have an outdoor refreshment area here, so you can buy a beverage from any of our local shops and then come out and take it into the park area or out here in the picnic table. So people are really enjoying this outdoor area, especially on a day like today.
Yeah, and while alcohol is involved, there is kid-friendly fun too. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, absolutely. Shaker is a bedroom community, so we have a lot of family-friendly activities. We had our block party 2 weeks ago where we had a bunch of games out for kids to play, foursquare, chess, and ping pong, and we have those events every month this summer, and then we have some other activities that everyone can come out and enjoy.
Yeah, and not only can you have fun here, you can also live here. Tell me about the new apartments that are coming.
Sure. So we have a current apartment building. We have 103 units right now, and then we're building a new building right across the street here, which is 229 units that will have, it's 2 stories, two buildings that'll be 17 and 18 stories that have views of downtown and Lake Erie. So it'll be a tremendous opportunity to live here in Shaker Heights.
Perfect, perfect. So it's basically the perfect day out here. So I know that there's an ice cream cone with my name on it, so I'm gonna send it back to you in the studio while I take care of that.
Kiera, hardest working woman in show business today, ain't she? All right, it's time to see what's clicking in Cleveland, everybody. For that, we bring in our digital anchor, Stephanie Haiti is here with us. Hey, Steph.
Hi, January. Okay, we have another trademark issue to talk about today. The Cleveland Zoo has filed in federal court to stop the Pittsburgh Zoo from holding its own Asian Lantern Festival. They're saying the name is trademarked. Now, the Cleveland Zoo says that Pittsburgh Zoo's representative toured the 2020 festival here in Cleveland, and they're now using the same company to put on their own festival on the same dates, and that Cleveland has the rights to the name. Now, Pittsburgh Zoo says the name is too general to protect, and it's already in use in other places. There's a hearing on this issue scheduled for Thursday. Today, 3 News was at the grand opening of the Lindsay Family Play Space at Edgewater Park. It's for all ages and all abilities with climbing structures, water, sand, and plenty of shade. You can find it by the Upper Edgewater Picnic Shelter. The play space is thanks in large part to a generous gift by Brett and Teresa Lindsay, hence the name. So go ahead and get out there and check it out. And Chick-fil-A is the top fast food restaurant again, 7 years running. That's according to this year's list from the American Customer Satisfaction Index. For fast food specifically, it beat out Domino's, KFC, Starbucks, and Five Guys, which round out the top 5. And you might be surprised to learn that McDonald's came in dead last. Now, that's where I go most. So, of course, we had to talk about this with other important things on the 3 News What's New Facebook page. So make sure you go there. Big debate on the favorites. I learned today that Betsy's never had a sandwich from Mr. Hero on that page.
Shame. I'm out of here.
No. I know. That's it. I've turned in my card.
They are the best.
That's okay.
You have to
we'll get you a sandwich from Mr. Hero as long as I can have my McDonald's hash browns. And if you want to check out more ideas, you need to get on that What's New Facebook page. So join us there. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
So, yeah, please do, folks. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend, Steph. One Ohio pizza shop owner is absolutely showing up, and all of his employees are getting something good. Find out why. They ended up making about $80 an hour. Wow. All right, and as we head into today's break, the pop quiz is pretty sweet. Every day is known for something. So what sweet treat is being celebrated today? Is it donut day, cake day, or sugar cookie day? That answer after the break.
I gotcha. You're just what? I'm sorry. Okay, cool. Yeah, can we do my shot a little closer than yesterday? If that's possible. If not, that's okay. Hey, David. Okay, so am I on 2 for the most part or 1? Okay, thank you so much.
You're on the left, yep.
Hey, oh my God, how cute do you look?
Before the break, we asked you which sweet treat is celebrating the day today, and it is donuts, cake, or sugar cookies. Well, it's sugar cookies, everybody. Congratulations. Today is National Sugar Cookie Day. It's a wonderful way to welcome the weekend, too. Now, not that that's sweet, we got something to show you that is good. Show us something good today is from the owner of Heavenly Pizza in Findlay, where they decided to give all of the day's sales back to the employees this week. On Monday, all of the sales and tips went directly back to the workers, having them leave with almost $80 an hour each for that shift. Boy, what a great way to show off some gratitude. That is certainly good. All right, now I did tell everybody today is National Sugar Cookie Day, and I really begged, borrowed, plead, steal so we could have it in the
Betsy,
show.
where'd you go?
Because I ordered cookies. Laura Case's over there going, don't worry, Mama, I got you covered. So yeah, National Sugar Cookie Day. If I can open the box, there we go. So there they are.
Oh, they look so good.
They are delicious. All right, well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us this week. I believe Jay is back next week, but in the meantime, What Matters Most with Laura starts right now. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Jay.
Vaccine debate.
Simply put, in areas of low vaccination coverage, cases and hospitalizations are up.
The CDC and FDA backtrack on one company's push for a third booster shot. Sarah Shookman explains the debate over the issue. Mask mandates. It's what every parent needs to know as children head back to school post-pandemic. What top health experts, including a local doctor, feel about kids wearing masks in class. Tragedy, reality. With the death toll rising, families brace for the worst as more bodies of their loved ones are pulled from the rubble of a collapsed building in South Florida. And soaring sales.
It's making it difficult for people to have choices.
Another unexpected business twist from the pandemic as used car sales are still on fire. Brandon Simmons explains what to do if you are looking to either buy or sell your vehicle.
From the WKYC studios, this is What Matters Most.
Good evening and thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Laura Cascio. We begin with two major headlines in the COVID pandemic. Top health officials today making strong statements about mask-wearing guidelines when kids return to school. And while one drug company says a third booster of its vaccine may be needed, the CDC and FDA have another idea. And that's where we begin with the new messaging tonight about booster vaccines and the bigger underlying problem with getting a shot. Sarah Shookman joins me.